Hello everyone, welcome back to my Chem Corner. So in today's video we're going to learn the second PUC passing package for inorganic chemistry. So the previous video that I did for passing package is on physical chemistry. If you have not watched it, it is just the previous video of this video. So please do watch it. So I've put in there the passing package for physical chemistry, and this video is all about inorganic chemistry. So we will be discussing the passing package for chapters listed under this. So before we move into the video, in case you're new to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you receive notifications as and when I upload any video. So let's move into this. Now under inorganic chemistry, you're basically dealing under inorganic chemistry most of the time what chapters falls under this is the periodic table chapters and all of that. So let's see one by one. So the first one under inorganic chemistry I have here metallurgy. Alright, now under metallurgy, what is important to us? Basically the methods that you've studied and all of that. So what are the topics that are important? Alright, now under metallurgy there are a lot of extraction methods, there are a lot of concentration methods, ore concentration, there are a lot of reactions in this. What is that you're going to focus on for the pass package from this particular chapter? Alright, now the methods that you have initially, like the hydraulic washing, the magnetic separation and all of that, they're very basic ones. They've been asked almost in your school times also. But what is that you can be asked out of this is sometimes they can ask you, they can give you a particular ore and tell you by what method are you going to separate it. Alright, so those things can be asked. So basically 1 marker, but more than that, what is going to be focused on is a 3-marker question on leaching of alumina from bauxite ore. Alright, so this is one of the 3-marker question. You have equations under it. You need to write the equations with required condition. Okay, so that is a 3-marker question that can be asked. After this, what can be asked is your Elingham diagram is not generally asked for PUC, although they can ask you maybe 1 mark or something from that, but otherwise there's not much really asked from Elingham diagram. Then the next thing that can be asked, the short question, is your definitions, like what is copper matte, what is cast iron, what is pig iron, what are the reactions in the blast furnace. Though these blasters, you have one entire reaction on blast furnace, but though the entire blast furnace is not asked, they can ask you any particular reaction, like explain the reaction where roasting is taking place or something like that. So that one. Now another short question that they can ask is the Hall-Herold's process. Whichever process that involves a name of a scientist is important. Alright, Hall-Herold's process. In this you have to learn the diagram, you have to learn the equation, you have to learn the cathodic anodic reaction. All of it should be learnt. Alright, that is again another 3-marker question. Now apart from this, you have under refining, you have 2 methods. One is going to be the Van Arkel's method. Van Arkel's method. Okay, that is for zirconium and titanium. And you have another one for Mond's process, which is for refining of nickel. So this is again, each of these things can be 2 mark. Any one can be asked. Apart from this, for a 2 mark, they can also ask you one more very frequently asked question, which is principle of zone refining. Alright, that is another 2-marker question that can be asked. Alright, so this is basically what mostly focused questions under metallurgy. Make sure if you are trying to skip this particular chapter also, at least these topics are made thorough. At least you'll be able to answer them. Alright, now next one is, after this you have the second chapter, which is the P block elements. Alright, now Under P block, what all groups are you going to learn? We learned group 13 and 14 in the first year. Right? In first PUC, we learned 13 and 14. In second year, you are going to learn group 15, group 16, group 17 and group 18. Alright, now each of these, each group, you will for sure have one question because from this chapter as per blueprint, we have 3 questions as 3 marks each in part C. So 3 groups can come from there and 1 question you will have under 2 marker or 1 marker. Then in that case, you'll have a different group there. Now, what are the groups that are going to focus questions on in part C is group 15, group 16 and group 17 will be under part C. Group 18 will be under part A or part B. Alright, that's how the question paper is going to be set. So what you need to focus on is more of group 15, 16 and 17. Now what is asked for sure under this? One is under group 15, you have Haber's process, which is the preparation of ammonia, manufacture of ammonia, and you have Oswald's process, which is the manufacture of nitric acid. Both of them coming under group 15. Under group 16, you have your oxygen family. So under that you have only one, which is the contact process, that is the manufacture of sulfuric acid. 3 processes are there. Any one can come for 3 mark. Alright, any one can come for 3 mark. Now what all will you learn under this? Haber's process have certain reaction condition like temperature, pressure and all of that. Everything should be known along with the catalyst. Haber's process will also have a flow chart which you are expected to know, because they can either ask you to explain the conditions that are required and write the equation for a Haber's process, or explain Haber's process by using a flow chart. So in that case, you should also know the flow chart for it. The other 2, of course, reactions are there. So know the reactions wherever balancing is required. That is something that you have to take care in inorganic chemistry. Then under group 17, what is that you're supposed to focus on? Alright, under group 17, there is a particular topic called as interhalogen compounds. Alright, now that is one thing that you need to really focus on. That is something that you need to brush up on. Under the interhalogen compounds, you need to focus on those questions where there are conditions like excess, dilute and cold, hot and concentrated. These are certain reactions. Wherever these terminologies are mentioned, like these are conditions there in interhalogen compounds, these are the questions that you need to focus on, because these are the questions that are coming as complete the following equations as a 2 marker or a 3 marker from this chapter. Okay, so under group 17, that is something you need to focus on. Now under group 18, what will you focus? Group 18, you will focus on those xenon fluorine compounds. How to prepare a xenon hexafluoride, how do you prepare a xenon tetrafluoride, and so on. So xenon fluorine compound preparation is something you need to focus on. That's something that they will ask under group 18. Alright. So like I told you, group 15, 16 and 17 will come under part C, 3 marks each question. Group 18 will come under the 1 marker or 2 marker where they are talking about xenon fluorine compounds. Now this interhalogen compound generally is asked for a 2 marker, which means the other 1 marker could be a oxoacid structure or something like that. So apart from these, what else you need to know under P block chapter is under group 15, 16 and all, those equations, like I've told you here, the ones that have conditions. Okay, just like how you have here hot and concentrated, dilute and cold, those kind of reactions also you need to focus on in the group 15 and 16. So apart from these equations, focus on those that contain certain conditions. Alright, now apart from this, you will get 1 marker question on structure of oxo acids. So say for example under phosphorus you have hypophosphorus, metaphosphorus, phosphoric acid and so on. The structures of those are important. So wherever you have oxo acids, that is something else that can be asked. Apart from this, another commonly asked question is the anomalous behavior of say in your group 15 you have anomalous behavior of nitrogen. It does not form a p pi multiple bond, d pi p pi multiple bond. It does not have availability of a d orbital, and so on, high electronegativity and all of that. So they can ask anomalous behavior of nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and so on. So anomalous behavior also for a 2 marker they can ask. Alright, so these are the possible questions under P block. So I would suggest you to go through these questions and then move to the other portions in the chapter. Alright, now next one is D and F block. Okay, now under D and F block elements, most of the questions that are coming will be give reasons questions or justify. Alright, those are the application based questions mostly that are asked. For this I would suggest you to just go through past year's papers. Alright, past year's papers you can go through. Though the pattern, the blueprint has changed, the way the questions are asked have not changed at all. Only thing, they have given you more options in each main. They are giving you multiple choice. Otherwise, the way or the style in which the questions are asked have not changed. They still remain the same. So questions could be like, why is scandium 3 plus colorless and why copper 2 plus is colored? Justify your answer or give a reason. Or why do transition metal act as a catalyst? What is the reason? Why are transition metals forming colored compounds? Why are they forming complex compounds? What are interstitial compounds? So all these are very, these kind of standard reasoning questions or justify questions are asked from DNF block. For this, please focus on this. Go through past year's papers. Alright, that will be best. Or if you have handbook, go through the handbook. Or if you can just pull out some question papers, please go through some question papers also. That is more than enough for you to revise through the reasoning questions coming from DNF block. Apart from this, a short question that's asked for a 3 marker is preparation of KMNO4 or K2Cr2O7. Now this is a PUC question for a 3 marker. Alright, wherever conditions are there, you need to write the conditions. Wherever balancing is there, you need to do balancing. But this is a sure question for a 3 marker. Either preparation of KMNO4 or preparation of K2Cr2O7. Apart from this, another 2 marker that they can ask is lanthanoid contraction, its consequence, and what are the causes. Alright, so this is another 2 marker question that they can ask from DNF block. Okay, so these are the questions that they can frequently ask. Like I've told you, reasoning and justifying questions, please go through past year's papers. Okay, so that is all about DNF block chapter. The last chapter that you have under inorganic chemistry is coordination compounds. Now, under coordination compounds, there are a set of standard questions. That is only thing that you need to go through, because beyond that is not much in the chapter. First one is going to be postulates of Werner's theory. 3 postulates are more than enough, so postulates of Werner's theory. Second one is, you will have one IUPAC naming, either a positive complex or a negative complex, or you can have from a neutral complex. But one IUPAC naming will be there. If you know for one compound how to actually name them, you really don't have to go through everything. Just you need to know the basic rules. Third one is, you have learnt about isomerism, so you'll have one question based on isomerism. Alright, so under isomerism, we have several types of isomerism. We have linkage isomerism, we have coordinate isomerism, you have solvate isomerism, and so on. So there are so many types of isomerism. Under that, they can ask one of it. And you also have the geometric isomerism about cis and trans, facial and meridional. So they can either ask you a question on explain linkage isomerism, give an example, or they give you an isomerism and they ask you to identify what category of isomerism does it fall under, or they can ask you draw the cis and trans isomers of a particular compound. So looking at the coordination number, you're going to decide whether it's coming under cis and trans or you're going to give it as facial and meridional. Alright, in case you need a video on how to do this, how to identify what falls under which category, please do comment below and I will be doing a video on it. Alright, so that you will have one question on isomerism. Then we learned VBT. Under VBT, we have learned 4 compounds. 2 are going to be of nickel complex, that is one strong and one weak ligand, right? And the other one is going to be for a cobalt complex. One is going to be with a strong ligand, the other one is with a weak ligand. So this is one of the sure shot question for a 3 marker that will be asked every year. So one of these out of the 4 compounds will be asked. Alright, so under this VBT again, this is a sure shot question for a 3 marker. So in case you want me to do a revision video on VBT, how a VBT is done and all of that, please do not hesitate to put a comment below in the comment section and I will be doing a video on it. Alright, so please do let me know in case you want me to do a revision on isomerism and VBT as well as IUPAC naming also. Now another one that can be possibly asked is the CFT, crystal field theory. Under this we learned 2. One is octahedral and the other one is tetrahedral. Alright, now under this you need to draw the diagram, respective diagram. You need to tell the reason as to why there is a splitting, and when you have this splitting, why is there a reverse of the diagram in a tetrahedron? Alright, those reasons and everything should be asked. That can be another 3 marker question. So if you see, it looks like the entire chapter, but if you put down notes and write down, I think that will help you a lot. Alright, so these are all short questions. I would suggest you, before you do, the learning from the NCERT, possible, please go through the videos that are there on YouTube as to how to solve it. But if you want me to make a video on this particular chapter with isomerism, VBT, IUPAC naming or CFT, please do let me know in the comment section and I will do it for you all. Alright, so these are the chapters that are falling under inorganic chemistry. Please do focus on it. Like I've told you in the previous video also, these are the passing packages, the most repeated questions and some of them compulsory questions that will be there in the paper. So before you learn anything else in the chapter, please ensure that these topics are made thorough. Only then you move on to the other chapters. For students who are focusing on pass package, please learn this and make it 100% thorough, because this will fetch you much more than pass package. Much more than the pass mark. Alright, so please focus, make this thorough, write it in your book, and then you know where, what, how much you need to learn. So please ensure these topics are made thorough. If you have any more suggestions on any topic to be done as revision, please do put it in the comment section below. Alright, I'll see you in the next video with the passing package of organic chemistry. Thank you so much.